This is a career with crazy high growth potential. Literally anything is possible. And so a lot of us as salespeople, we set crazy high goals, and at the end of the year, we end up falling short. I've sat and racked my brain and looked at every single one of my sales reps who haven't hit their goals, and I've only found 6 reasons for why they're falling short. And I can guarantee probably 95% of y'all, it's because of number 3. Let's go ahead and get started with number 1. Probably the most obvious, but the most true for any rookie out there. It's all about the number of doors you've knocked. Last week, I had 2 guys come out here on a blitz. One of them PR'd, put up 30 grand in a week, which is pretty damn good. The other guy sold like dog shit and ended with about $200 in active revenue. The only difference was the number of doors they knocked. See, the first guy was super gung-ho, he was super aggressive, and he wanted to make the most because he was only there for a week. He had to make the most out of every second he was in town. He was the first one on the doors, he was the last one to get picked up, he didn't take a single break, and dude was just all in, killing it, grinding it, wanted it more than anybody else. The other guy, not so much. His friend kind of dragged him along. He saw the opportunity, but he wasn't super bought in. He was tired, he was dealing with drama, and any other excuse to why he couldn't be on the doors. Over the course of the week, guy number 2 knocked less doors the entire week than guy number 1's average day. So obviously he sold a lot less. It's so simple, but so many of us forget. If we're not knocking the doors, we're not putting the reps in, we're learning slower because we're not having as many attempts. If we're learning slower, our skills still suck. And if we're not knocking many doors to use those shitty skills, then we can't use them at all. So at the end of the day, normally the top reps are just the guys who knock on the most doors. Simple as that. The second reason that you're not hitting your goals is honestly just that you're not coachable. Dr. Phil has a saying that my dad quoted all the time: would you rather be happy or would you rather be right? I have a lot of reps coming from different industries thinking that they know it all because they've succeeded elsewhere, but this is a whole new game. I had a pest rep come in about a month ago who, he was decent, I think he did about 150, nothing crazy but nothing bad, and he thought that he knew everything about sales. And after 4 days of bageling and 4 days of me giving him advice on, hey, you're doing this wrong, fix this, and do more of this, he still was not listening to a word I was saying. And so we sent him home. His ego would rather say, hey, I'm a genius, this is bad, as opposed to saying, hey, I did good in the past, but I still have stuff to learn, and so I should listen to the guy who sold $1 million this year as opposed to myself sitting at 150. The only intention you should have when you're training, role-playing, shadowing is just to improve. If you're not doing it to improve, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your manager's time, and everybody's pissed off because you still can't sell. I'm a big believer that you stop growing, you stop learning the day you stop asking for help. To this day, literally about 20 minutes ago, I got off the phone with one of my mentors asking a question about the doors for this summer because I was curious. And I understand that even though, yes, I put up just over $1 million in the last 12 months, there's guys who did 2, 10, 20, 8 billion in the last month. So, I have room to grow. I have shit to learn. Every single person below me has stuff to learn. Every single person above me still has stuff to learn. The day that you stop asking for help is the day that you say, I'm good, I'm complacent, I'm good with the skill I am right here, right now. This is different for everybody. Some reps do 100K their rookie year, they think that they know everything and they never improve and they end up phasing out as a 100K veteran who kind of sucks. Some people get to the 300-400K mark because it sounds a little cooler, and then they stop improving, they plateau, and they're good there. But the real winners, the people who make real money in door-to-door, these are the multimillionaires, these are the people who never are complacent, never stop learning, and keep on asking for help. They keep on trying to improve every single chance that they get, and that's what coachability looks like. The third reason you're not hitting your goals, and this is probably the most common that I see from rookies everywhere, is that you're leaving the doors too early. I put up a pie graph for my team the other day to prove this point. I only made about 7% of my sales before a no. I made 92.3% of my sales after a customer said no. And then I went and I used persistence, I used the rack method, I built rapport, sweetened the deal, and then I closed the deal. I had $339,000 worth of sales after a client told me no. If I would have walked away too early, I would have left all of that on the table. And sometimes persistence, if it feels wrong, it's because you're acting like a salesperson. If it feels like you're pushing them, then you probably are. The reason that I'm able to rack people 10, 20, 30 times is not because I just push until they say yes. It's because I build rapport in between every single rebuttal. I build rapport and I connect with them on a human level every time before I close them again. Because sales, especially in door-to-door, you're not just selling them a product, you're selling them on 5 seconds, to sell them on listening to you for 10 seconds, to sell them on listening to you for 30 seconds, for 5 minutes, for however long it takes. And every time you ask them to buy from you and they say no, buying temperature goes down. Their sales resistance goes up. So you need to build rapport. You need to connect with them on a human level, raise the buying temperature, lower their guard a little bit, and then close them again. If you just go in, no, oh yeah, well I bet your wife doesn't like cockroaches, he's slamming the door on you. But if you can go in, build rapport, connect with him, people buy from people, they don't buy from businesses. They need that connection. And odds are you're just walking away way too early to even form that connection. The fourth reason you're not hitting your goals is because you're letting external factors that are not in your control affect your life. One of my managers last summer, who I have the utmost respect for, stayed on the doors miles from home while his mom was going through cancer. That's probably the golden goose of excuses when it comes to leaving door to door, and he stayed on the doors because he understood, hey, if I'm back home, there's not really anything I can do to change her outcome. But if I'm here, if I let that affect me, my numbers go down, my sales go down, my income goes down, which means I have less to take home and help. But if I can zone that out, tune that out for just a little bit, keep my energy positive, keep myself happy, and keep myself moving, I will be able to make good money so that I can go back and help out my family any way that I can. Most people, when they give an excuse, and I think it's so funny, it's the same thing every time of, oh, my grandma's dying and my family just needs my help. With what? What do they need your help with? Like, there's literally like not really much you can do when a family member is dying. Like, yes, go back for 3 days for the funeral or something. There's nothing that requires 3 months of attention. I'm sorry if this sounds insensitive, but it's bullshit 99.9% of the time. You're just letting external factors dictate your future. And I'm probably a perfect example of this too. You look at family, friends, girlfriends, even my fiance. When I was out for my first summer, it was new and it was tough. And honestly, being literally 2,000 miles away from your significant other is not fun. I would not wish it on my worst enemy. But here I am about to do it again because it pays me so well. But she didn't understand the vision at the time, and anytime she was dealing with her drama at the college or dealing with bullshit from friends or whatever it is, naturally she called me to talk about it because that's what people in relationships do. But when I'm on the doors, I need to protect my mental at all cost. I need to keep everything around me super positive. I need sunshine and rainbows. And I finally had a good week with her where I told her, like, do not call me, do not text me, I don't want to talk to you. Definitely an overcorrection, but by the end of it, we found a happy middle where, hey, talk to me after 9 p.m., talk to me before 10 a.m., but when I'm on the doors, my momentum is sacred. Not even you get to fuck with it. Nobody. Because I'm protecting my mental space. Negative influences, negative people, and people's limiting beliefs, they will speak onto you, and the more you hear it, the more you will believe it. The fifth reason you're not hitting your goals is simply just that you don't see the vision. Now, this could be one of a couple things. You could be in a company that's not growing fast enough. You could be in a company so big that you're just not able to grow because the top guys are already established. Or the worst case scenario is that you're in a place where there is room to grow and there is growth path and there is potential all around you, and you're just too fucking blind to see it. So many people go into the summer and they see, ooh, I can make 30 to 50 grand with no experience in 3 months, which sounds great and it's awesome. Hell yeah. But the game is so much bigger than that. If you stay zoomed in on the short term, you will never be able to think bigger. I know reps to this day who are selling multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars every single summer, but still have never recruited a team because they're physically incapable of seeing what it's like to own an office, to build a franchise, to build their own shit. See, the problem with being a good sales rep is everything comes down to you. If you have a bad day, no money. If you break your leg, good fucking luck knocking on doors, because you will never make a sale again and your income is gone just like that. Whereas if you're able to build a team and go towards that future goal, you have that safety net below you. If I have a bad day, I've got 200 guys out knocking for me, and if 50 of them have a bad day, I've got the other 150 to supplement it. I'm sitting here on the couch and I've made multiple thousands of dollars just talking to you in like whatever 5-10 minutes it's been so far, which is the power of building your team. At the end of the day, people act in a manner that benefits them. If you're not working towards the growth path, odds are you just don't understand how the growth path benefits you. So many of us think short term, I'll make some money, then go do the new thing. Then I'll make some money, go do something else. Make some money, go do something else. And at the end of the day, that's not how it works. Go all in on one thing. This is the greatest path to wealth for young men with no experience. I've seen dumbasses make hundreds of thousands of dollars in this career, and I love it. It's so attainable, but if you're not bought into it, it doesn't matter. But in my experience, rookies usually fall into one of 4 buckets. The first is the bottom 10%. These guys, their habits are shit, their skills are shit, they don't want it, and normally they either get sent home or they're a technician by the end of their first month. The next guys are the ones who, like we were saying, they're not super bought in, but they're going with their friends, or maybe they saw an ad online and they just want to make some quick money. These guys will make 10 to 20 grand, they'll do decent, but then they will never come back a second summer. The third rung is probably the average guy. This guy will make 30 to 40 grand. He'll come in, his habits are good, but again, he doesn't understand the long-term growth. He doesn't understand the path. He's still just looking for the quick money. And finally, the fourth, the emperor. This is the guy who goes in and builds the skills, but he looks upwards, sees what the top guys are doing, and says, I want to do that. He goes home, builds a freaking army, teaches them all the skills that he spent this season building for himself, and he's able to go out there and not just be a good sales rep, but he's able to build an empire that supports him to this day. Now, the sixth reason you're not hitting your goals is a tough pill to swallow, but I would advise all of you to really look in the mirror, and a lot of the times it's just bad management. I was in this situation myself. My first summer in pest control, I went out and I started really strong. But as the summer went on, I started to learn more things. I started to notice more things about the people above me. And when I was selling about triple what my manager was selling, I started to really question some things, and it caused some major issues. Sometimes your management is holding you back. People act in a way that benefits them, and that includes your managers. My manager wanted to do everything he could to make money off of me because that's how he gets paid. And that included some scummy shit. It included not training me, making sure I didn't hit my next commission tier, and there was a lot of backdoor deals going on behind my back that I kind of learned as I went and really rubbed me the wrong way. One thing that really pissed me off about my pest team is they spent 90% of their time investing in the bottom 10% of reps. I was the top dog, and I had so much to learn. There was so much I needed to improve, but they wouldn't invest in me. They wouldn't shadow me. They wouldn't train me. They said, oh, you're producing, you're fine, go do your thing. This guy's bageled the last 3 months. Let's go put all of our time into him. And it pissed me off because even if you were to triple his skills, they would not make the return as if I increased my skills by only 1%. That's all it takes. But they kept on investing in the bottom percentage of guys. And so I know as a manager, when I see a top rep, I'm not going to feed them to the wolves and say, okay, do your thing. You're never going to learn. I invest in them. I'm super proud that I've been able to take multiple 70K reps and turn them into 70K a month reps. But even more than that, I'm really proud of the guys who come in and they're 400K reps, and I'm able to take them into 7-figure reps, because that's even bigger. Yes, I can turn losers into winners, but I can also turn winners into bigger winners. With my team, I'm a big believer that I will help you as long as you're willing to help yourself. I had one rep I sent home pretty recently, Patrick the Star, who just did not want to be here, no brain cells, no signs of improvement. That's fine. I'm not going to keep investing my time in the bottom 10%. He's gone. You've probably seen Jaden's face too many fucking times on my YouTube by now, and it's because he is killing it. He put up $75,000 his first month ever knocking on doors here in Vegas. That's great, but I want him to do 175, 275. I want him to keep on improving because 30,000 of that was just in 1 week. There's so much room to grow, and I'm a big believer in investing in the top guys. So if you're top talent and you feel like your manager is just throwing you to the wolves, you feel like you're not really growing and you're just kind of stuck at that plateau, that now that you're not a liability, it's probably time to jump ship. It's a tough choice. It's a choice I made last summer. It's a choice that a few of my guys have made. But once you're a top dog, these managers forget about you and they start investing in other people, and it fucking sucks. So if you're a winner but you want to be a bigger winner, shoot me a text, 817-600-0337, and also go subscribe. I'd love to help out any way I can, see if you'd be a good fit for the team. Just shoot me the word apply. We'll see what we can do. Words at the end. Goodbye.